Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning, at least where I'm at, Sunday evening, and even Monday morning to some of you, I'm sure, around the world. So, greetings. I'm excited to bring messages of love from above for everyone today. And before we get started, I do want to just bring this beautiful love energy into us, fill us up, and overflow out to the world. So if you want to join with me, I would love that. And I'm going to first just take a deep breath and come back to this moment. I'm just going to let that love from above just flow down, let it fill our heart up and overflow out to the world. And regardless if you're watching this on replay or here now, all of our energy will join together outside of time and space as we send love out to the world. And if any of you need any of the love, we're sending that to you as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining me with that. And hello to everyone. We have a full house today, and we've got a lot of requests already. So we are going to get going here. Hello, hello to everyone. I would say hello to everyone that has commented here, but that would take a long time and take away from reading time. So I think you guys would rather me to get going with readings, right? So a big hello, hello, and thank you guys so much for all of you who have subscribed. Obviously, if you're in chat, you have to have subscribed to be here. But I've reached over 960 individuals, and so I'm just like 40 or 50 away from the 1,000 where I'll be giving away 10 free 1 hour personal recorded readings. So I'm excited to get to that point. Obviously, I love doing readings, so I'm excited to reach that point because I also will be able to expand and do a lot more on YouTube. I have that 1,000 mark, just opens up other things that we can do. So I'm excited. So let's get started here. And we've got Rishi. You are up. Hey, yeah, nice to see you too. And you would like a reading to know why Sandeep had negative words to say to you. Okay, well, let's take a look here. We're going to start with the runic tarot here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know around this. Right. Anything else? Hmm. All right. Well, excuse me. You do have the 5 of Wands here, which is this conflict, this energy that's here, and the 10 of Wands too. I feel like there's been a lot of energy they feel that they've invested. Um, you also have the Empress here, which is about new beginnings, new birth, new things coming into their life. And I almost feel like there's been a lot of energy they've invested in this new venture in their life, or they had a lot going on in their life. And I almost feel like they were just exhausted, like they're cranky and they just, their filters are down, they're not filling themselves. And so they just, like came across their path at the wrong time. But at the perfect time for you because of course any of our interactions with individuals is about us, right? Any of the feelings we come up, so when you feel there were negative words coming at you, then we get to look at ourselves and go, okay, what are my negative thoughts that are going in inside me? And so um, you know uh, it almost is like spirit is saying, this is a mirror for you that they brought for you to see, so you could see the negative thoughts that you have going on inside, because we can't see something in someone else unless it's going on in here too. Because someone could come up to me and go, "I think you're an alien," and if I don't believe it on the inside, I just gotta go, "Psh, they're so funny." But if they say something that I feel might be true on the inside, or a little self-talk whispering going, "Uh-oh, what they said was true." That is, this, you know, uh, spark that's coming up inside of us for us to look at it. And so I feel like, they're saying, "Well, this is why, they were in this point, they're just exhausted and they're not feeling well and their filters are down, so they're just." But it was happening on purpose for a purpose for you, because you are dealing with a lot of negativity that you are seeing in the outside world. And it's because spirit is showing you the negativity that resides inside you so you can transform it, so you don't have to have all those whispers always, all this type of what you would perceive as negative energy around you, because it's being projected outward from you. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. They said just really look at, what negative thoughts you have about yourself and about the situation, but really the negative words that they were saying to you, why did it impact you? Do you have a belief somewhere inside that the words they say were true? If not, look at it. Look at the fear. What do you fear around it? And that helps you transform it. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings for you, Rishi. All right. Devansha Mishra, you are up next. Hey, Vrinda. And then you will be up next after that. So, Devansha, your current feelings of Arjun Gupta regarding you and his next action. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So we got the justice card here, and this is them balancing things out in their life. And you can see the ace of swords here. So they're really looking at their expectations and their understanding of what they want in life and what they want from, um, just everything. They're in this huge place where, with this emperor, they're really wanting to take over their life. I feel like they felt like their life got out of balance and it got out of control, and now they're wanting to bring things into balance. They want to feel like they have some say so, and it's like this beehive of activity around them, and they're just trying to get things settled down. Next actions is you have the Four of Wands here, which is about celebration, and this can be marriage and, definitely, a joyful type of energy. And a four, the Emperor is also number four. So they're trying to have some stability around what's going on in their life and their expectations. So I really feel like they are, um, you know, uh, you're definitely part of what's on their mind, but I feel like their life got so out of balance that they're trying to bring things into balance. Marriage and relationship and that type of thing is part of their whole thing that they want to get under control and understand what is the next action. But I feel like that balance is coming soon. December, January feels like that things kind of just level out and things calm down to where where they feel like they're able to move in, have movement in their life instead of recovery in their life. I almost feel like it's like they feel like their life got hit by a giant windstorm and now they're picking everything up, repairing things, getting things back so that they can move forward. So I kind of feel like they're just trying to recover and then move forward December, January ish. So that's what they have for you, Mishra. So many blessings for you. All right, Brenda, you are up. And then Daisy will be after that. All right, let's take a look here and see if Jai is sending you feathers, morning birds, butterflies, room light flickering. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I love how they say, like, um, uh, spirit, and people on the other side. If you think it's me, it's me, because I make it so, uh, you can feel my presence around it, and I bring awareness to you to recognize it and see it, and I'm the one that's like bringing it to you. So I feel that it is. We'll get some clarification here and see if they'll tell you what numbers he's trying to show you and any other particular signs from him. So let's take a look here. Brenda. And absolutely. I mean, our loved ones are around us. The moment they leave their bodies, they're with each and every single one of their loved ones, all at the exact same time. They get to feel our emotions and our thoughts all the way back to when we were conceived in the womb. And also, they get to see our entire life, which they keep secret from us because they're like, "I don't want to ruin the surprise. You get to have that surprise." And it's the agreement that we have anyway. But so they know about your love and how you feel, and if you wanna talk to them, they're always around you, so talk to them, definitely. They do know, and of course, they love you very much. They have a new love that is unconditional, nothing that is like, limiting it. They're just so expansive, this beautiful divine love that we will get to have little droplets of it here, but when we go back, it's so refreshing, right? But they definitely have that for you. Um, so you got the card here, kick up your heels. And this was about, is he giving you signs? Let's see what comes with this. Yeah, your soul longs to celebrate and have fun. And your, wonderful supporter on the other side urges you to call your friends for a get together or an evening out. So they're like, "Yes, I'm giving you all these signs, but I want you to go have fun." Uh, they say there's always something to celebrate, and this card asks you to do so now. Your soul longs for an exciting adventure, says an out of town trip, or throwing a party, or kicking up your heels and going dancing. Sometimes we procrastinate when it comes to personal timeouts, believing that such activities cost too much time and money. Yet the benefits of celebrating are many: getting a fresh perspective and new ideas, rekindling old friendships, and the sheer joy of entertaining yourself. You know, they hold celebrations regularly on the other side. So they're like, we're partying all the time. What a joyous place to be, right? They know the importance of singing and dancing as part of developing a community spirit. And although you may wish that someone else would take the initiative to suggest an evening out, maybe it's time for you to take the lead and plan a special event. And the affirmation for the card is, I am spirited, playful, and fun to be with. I create ways to celebrate with my friends. And I feel like, they're saying that they are giving you all these signs and all these things for you so that you can see um, that they're there, that they didn't end, that they're in such a beautiful place. But they want you to celebrate your life. They want you to celebrate the life you had with them. And, yeah, they understand it's difficult to us to adapt, not having them here in the physical place. But think of him as if he's just in the other room. He's always there with you. And, when you were at home and he was in a different room, you can still feel him, he's there, and it's like, look at it, that way is what he's asking, is like, I'm always right beside you, but, how you felt before, when I was there in the physical realm, when I was in a different room, down the hall, or even across town, you still had a connection with me, and go back to that connection when it feels lonely, and just know that I am there always. What number is he trying to show you? Um where do you want me to go for that? Okay. They do want to go to the Tarot of Dragons. So let's take a look and see what number is he trying to show you. You're asking any particular signs, and he's saying, like, "What am I not showing you?" He's just like he's so goofy. He's like, "This is so cool," and he's taking, like, full advantage of, of it all. He's just, like, so excited about it. Okay. So you have 8, 7, 17, and 10. So it looks like 7 is definitely standing out to me here, um, because you have 17. Yeah, and maybe 17, because you've got the card 17, and then you have 10 and 7 is 17, and then you have the 8 of swords. But I feel like, oh, well, that makes sense too. So 17, you have 17 and 17 and 8, but 7 and 1 is 8. So I feel like the number 888 means something, um, but also 17 means something. So I feel like those are some numbers or some combinations that are showing up there for you. But those are definitely jumped out. So that's what they have for you. Um, but the particular signs from him, he's also saying that he's going to show you things that meant something where you know it's them too. That there's going to be song or, you know, a certain movie that pops in. But whenever you're not thinking and you're doing something, all of a sudden you have this memory. That's him touching a memory to let you know that they're with you and that they're there. And feathers are so common for the other side to show us things, and just all this beautiful things. And yeah, I mean, definitely butterflies, because he had me pick from this healing with the fairies deck, and there's butterflies on the on that side of him. So I feel like he's definitely saying, definitely the butterflies too, but all of that, rooms flickering, everything. I had a friend of mine that when her husband passed, um, whenever we would talk about him in her house, her fire alarm, whenever she got really emotional, um, the fire alarm would go off. And then when we took his ashes actually to Hawaii to put out into the ocean, um, the morning we were all staying in a bungalow, and she took out the ashes in the morning before I even woke up. And I came out of my room and I was like, "Where's she at?" And she wasn't in her room. And I went outside and she was sitting at a picnic table just crying because she was doing a goodbye letter to him. And I, of course, I felt him. I go, he's like, "What are you crying for? I'm not going anywhere." And then the fire alarm went off inside the bungalow. We just laughed because it's like, "Yep, there he is." But he would do flickering lights and do all this sort of stuff too. And it's our loved ones just let us know that they are always with us, always around us, always. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. Right, Daisy, you are up. And then Anjali, you are up next. So, Daisy, will you get the part time job you applied for? All right, let's take a look here at the library. Very nice. Let's see here. Okay. All right. That's what they have. You have the 10 of Cups, which is about emotional fulfillment and woohoo. So, this would be a yes card coming through there, and it's the only one that came flying out. So that is a yes, Daisy. So yay! What a fun job working at a library. So I'm excited for you for that. And that was short and sweet. There you go, Daisy. So many blessings to you. All right, Anjali, you're up. And then Cynthia Brito, you will be up next. So what's happening in Satish's life? Is he planning anything for you? All right, Anjali, let's take a look here. All right. Wow. So, um, What's going on in Satish's life, he's got a 10 of pentacles. He's got this abundance that's flowing in his life, which is great. Um, there is the Sire of Swords, which is the King of Swords, which is thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So there is mental activity going on. So planning is there. And they also have the King of Wands, which is movement and fire energy. So with a combination of these two, I mean, he's has a really full, you know, successful life that's unfolding for him right now. And so he's got the, his thinking, and there's a lot of fire behind it. So that's like quick thinking, action that's coming. So I really feel with all of that, there's a lot of stuff going on inside of his mind because you got two kings, and he's the fire means a lot of activity around his thoughts too, a lot of energy that's coming behind his thoughts. So yeah, definitely planning something. We'll soon see because that King of Wands is a lot of fire, lot of energy that he's investing in his thinking. So um, some of that does have to do with everything that's going on in his life, but I feel like since we are asking specifically planning anything for you, that you are definitely among all the plans that he's making. So I'd like it for you. So that's what they have for you, Anjali. Many blessings for you. All right, Cynthia, you are up. And then Aditi, you'll be next after that. So, Cynthia, will you find a new love uh, relationship soon? A few months or not yet? All right, let's take a look here and see for Cynthia. What would you like her to know about love? All right. Well, you do have the 7 of Swords here. So, and you do have the Temperance card, which is the patience and balancing. So, not yet. But while you're waiting, they do have the 7 of Swords, which is about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets. Understanding what of your thoughts and expectations are trying to steal away joy, stealing away the movement towards a relationship. So that would mean about looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about who you are supposed to be in a relationship, and how is a relationship supposed to be, how you're supposed to meet them, how should that person be, and right, a lot of restriction around there. And, when we have too much restrictions, it's very difficult for things to be met when it's like such tight restrictions. And so they're having you open up and kind of clear away some of these thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. You're understanding more about what you want and not so much about what everyone else said you're supposed to want and should want and need to want, blah, 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 right? So you're really opening up and doing that because you also have the shaman card, or the magician card, is what it would be in the regular tarot. And this is about standing in your power. You've got everything you need within you to have this, dreams come true, and to focus your energy on what you're wanting. And the magician, or the shaman card, usually has like a magic wand pointing at the heavens and one hand to the ground, which is about bringing through love into the world. But that wand is like the ace of wands in a way, because it's like you are not just sitting back waiting for something to come to you. You are putting action into your life. You're putting uh, energy out into your life of what you're wanting, instead of focusing on what's missing or lacking or what you don't want in your life. Because when you do focus that wand on it, that expands and that grows. So more lack, comes in. But when you switch it and focus in on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, then that expands instead. So you're really taking the power here by looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets and what you're really wanting. And then eventually love is poured into the cup here, because this will be like you as the chalice, and here comes the love that will be offered. But it's taking time to balance and move into that because of the 7 of Swords. It's almost like, well, when I have my old thoughts and my old beliefs, this is what I usually, kind of relationship mirror I end up in. And I don't want that anymore. I want something different. And that's why there's this change, this pause that's happening is allowing you to see what you really want, what you want to have fall away. So I like it because that means that you'll get something so much more for you than you have in the past when you do things different, right? So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. So many blessings to you. All right, Aditi, you are up. Hey, Kritika. Uh, and then share market full knowledge. You'll be up next after Aditi. So any potential relationship coming to you, Aditi. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look here. What do we got going on here? Okay. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities coming up in the outside world. You have the Ace of Swords, which is new communication coming in the outside world. You have the Empress card, which is about new beginnings, new birth, newness coming in. And you also have the Star card, which is one of the wish fulfillment cards, the Hope card as well. So wonderful. Like, yes, there's potential relationship that'll be coming to you. But right now, you also have the Devil card as well as the um, the Sire of Wands, the King of Wands that's coming in there. All right, sorry, the screen just went flipping there. Yeah, and if you guys please don't spam the chat. I go in order down the chat, so you only have to mention it once, and I will get to it. So I understand the urgency. You want to be, make sure yours gets seen, but it just distracts. And actually, I take time away from doing the readings to mention that. So if you guys cannot spam, that makes it better for everyone. So thanks. So Aditi, you do have the Devil card, which is about your perception of love and relationship. Of course, that's being rattled, and your shadow is wanting you to take a look at what you feel is restricting you um, in relationship, right? It's like you don't need to like the what your shadow is saying, like you don't have to meet all of this stuff and all this criteria and all that, and because there's this cage that's around you, or this chain where you feel chained when it comes to relationship. And what you've been working on is releasing a lot of those expectations and the meaning behind relationships and all the relationships you've had. And that's what the Devil card is doing, is they're having you look at this chain that you have, these chains that are, these are all the expectations, the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that you have, that all those opinions from earlier in life that you took on as you're supposed to's around relationship. And they're like, okay, we don't need to uh you know be so restricted. You're so much more free. And that's what our shadow brings to us. It brings us the awareness that we're not as trapped as we realize, that all those expectations really aren't needed, that you open up more. And that's where more opportunities and all that stuff happens. Because, like we're talking about a little earlier, when we have the cage and we feel like we're trapped in here, we're missing out on all these opportunities that where love would come in, because we are, in this cage. But if we open up that and open it up more and more, then that's where these new opportunities and those things come in. So that's what's happening and has been happening for you, is you're letting those things go. So continue on that path to really look at, what is it I want, not what I've been told I'm supposed to want, but what do I want? Because that's where your King of Wands comes in here. It's you taking back your power. You're the one that gets to focus in and take charge of what you want in your life, your passion, your drive, all of that energy that you have. And you get to focus in on that. So I definitely see potential relationships coming towards you. But in the meantime, again, it comes back to that Devil card there. It's like they want you to know, yeah, it's down there, but the more you work on the cage and releasing those expectations, the more open your life becomes, and then that's when you reach a certain point when the next person that is a divinely appointed for you guys to come across each other's path, it like happens out here, but the cage is here, so you miss it. And that's why this is being paused until you're and then you'll be able to see it. So that's what they have for you right now at DT. So many blessings to you. I know you're like, no. All right. So share market, full knowledge. You are next. And then, hey, Spring, you'll be up next after that. So let's take a look here. So, what does your husband Ranjit have to say in the context of you living with your mother in law? Should you live with her or not? What message does your husband have for you? And are there angels surrounding me and your daughter? Okay. So let's take a look here. What does your husband feel about living with his mother in law? Okay. And angels surrounding you. Yeah, that they don't even, they're like, you don't have to pull cards for that. You know that there are. So they're definitely, you are surrounded. We all are constantly surrounded by such a multitude of beings of this divine unconditional love, a love without any condition at all on it. It's free, it's open, you can't lose it. And they are around you. You got guardian angels and angels, you got spirit guides, creator, this, the capital S spirit of the creator. You got your loved ones, all sorts of loved ones that are around you, ancestors, even this, all, just even beings we haven't not even aware of, these beings of unconditional love and light are always around you, your daughter, everyone, all the time. So yeah, definitely they are there. All right. So when you asked your husband, uh what do they feel about you living with your mother-in-law, and they're like, I know it's rough, you carry a lot of burden in doing so, and he knows that it's a very difficult and arduous task to do so. And so he understands that you want to live somewhere else and be somewhere else, because you have the nine of pentacles that he also brought up, which is pentacles is your outside world, and the nine of pentacles is you on this journey away from that, because the nine is the hermit's journey. It's you being like in a place to yourself. This is you all alone in your garden, um with spirit. Here's all the spirit beings, all the feathered beings around you. So it is this being away from the situation. And so he is saying that he supports you being away on your own and not living in that situation. And so you have the King of Pentacles too, which is about abundance, fulfillment, wholeness in the outside world. And the Ace of Pentacles, a big journey of the King of Pentacles, is about finding your worth in a new way in how you look at yourself in the world. And he's like, it's time. Um, you can look at being on your own and being away from that situation. He has the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups does answer that second question too, because the Three of Cups is a special card between Spirit and me, representing that whole posse, that whole group of beings of unconditional love and light that are there in the upper world, and that they're always around you, full of joy and love. So that is them saying that they are always around you. And you have the Sire of Swords, the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is about the mind, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the expectations. And I love how there's a butterfly right there on this big dragon's um, hand there, and it's almost you see how there's like a little dragon on the shoulder. I feel like they're saying, trust your gut, trust your intuition, take a deep breath, and kind of see things from a higher perspective. Let go of all the expectations of all the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, and the must. It's like he's on your shoulder, whispering, guiding you on things. So he's always there with you, but definitely he supports a move away from the mother-in-law because he sees the burden. And a 10 of wands is about endings and new beginnings. And so it's time to invest your energy elsewhere. So they are in support of that. So that's what they have for you, share market. So many blessings to you. You hang in there. All right, Spring, you are up. And then Swati, you will be up next. And all right, you would love a reading for the day. Anything specific Spirit wants you to know? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I am drawn here over to the Return of Spirit deck, and then we'll pull a couple of tarot too. All right. So what else for spring? Well, not what else, but what would you like for spring? All right. That's the one right here. I like it. You got the shifting card here. And I call these the spiritual ink blot test because they're fractal imaging. And I'll read what she intuited from the card here. But what you see is also special for you. So when you look at that spring, what jumps out to you? That's a special message for you. And let's take a look here. Here we go. So it says our personal and spiritual growth occurs in a series of rhythms and patterns. When we reach a certain level of experience and understanding, life will move into a holding pattern as we master it. Things will fall into a steady, reliable pattern. We come to know what to expect and how things are going to be, and because we humans are creatures of comfort and habit, we usually enjoy hanging out on the plateau where things are familiar and reliable. This card has come to you today because you are either about to enter into or you are already in one of those great shifts. It is a necessary part of your growth and higher learning. You're moving to a new level of consciousness and awareness. In order for this to happen, some of the old ways of life and of being must fall away to make room for the new. You may find yourself changing jobs or careers. Old friends or relationships may drift away as new people enter your life. You may move to a new home or have a sudden change in finances. On an energetic level, your consciousness is opening to hidden wounds you carry. More than likely, you are feeling very far out of your comfort zone, possibly even experiencing situational depression. This shift is vital and necessary, so remain as calm as you can while the earth shakes under your feet. You will find yourself quite pleased with this new consciousness and way of being once this shift is complete. In the meantime, try to stay open as these changes occur. It may not feel comfortable, but you will come through it as a more evolved and stable person. Wow. So that is a great message for sure. So you are in the middle of a shift, moving on up. And let's see what else they like to add here, real quick, with some tarot. Yeah, makes sense. So you've got the star card coming in here. So wish fulfillment, Aquarian energy. a star bright in the dark times. And this is, of course, is about connecting to your higher self as well. You have the Knight of Pentacles, so there is movement, but yeah, I know patience and things are unfolding in the outside world. Just takes time for the outside world to catch up with your inside world, right? And you also have the Queen of Swords. So balancing of your heart and your mind is coming in here. You do have, this beautiful Ace of Swords that you're using to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs and old mindsets, and connecting to those higher truths, those capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And I love this card because it always comes. You can have your cake and you can eat it too. That there's this wonderful, unfolding and balancing of things that are happening in your life. Just give it time to make it in the outside world as well. So the shift is making its way. It all we change from the inside out, not the outside in, right? So there is this movement that's happening, but the outside world is taking its good old time to catch up, which we understand, we know how that goes. So that's what they have for you right now, spring. So I love it. So with all that shifting going on, you're like, okay, that explains a lot of what all this stuff that's kind of being pulled away out of your life to make room for new things coming in and all that. So many blessings. All right, Swati, you are up, and then Jazz, you will be up after that. And Swati. Oops. You say, what message does your husband have for your daughter Isha? Will she do her MBA from India or abroad? And what messages does your husband have for you? Is he happy with the marriage of Kusuma? Okay, let's see here. I do want to go to the runic tarot here. So let's take a look here. And I'm just going to kind of combine the first two together just because I have so many people to get through that, I just don't want to do too much of a reading around a lot of subjects. So I know you understand. So I appreciate that. So about the daughter, what would you like your daughter to know on the MBA and all right. Okay, let me shuffle again here. What would you like your daughter and your wife to know? Okay. All right. So I got the magician card coming in here. And so the first one, what message does your husband have for your daughter? He sees her power and she has so much more power than she could possibly imagine. The magician is about a divine masculine energy. It's about the ability to whatever she focus on, she grows in her life. And he really wants her to understand, especially seeing from where, they're at now, they see so much more than we ever will as humans here. And they're like, you don't understand, like your energy when you focus on something, it expands it. So when we're focusing on what's missing or what we don't want in our life, we're feeding it and making it grow. And then you look at what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, that grows. And that's what that magician, they usually have that magician's wand. And so he really wants her to know that there's so many possibilities and so many things that she can do. She just has to point her wand at what she wants and not focus on what she doesn't want, because then that, expands. So wants her to know the power that she has. And then will she do her MBA from India or abroad? we got the 6 of wands here, which is recognition, and, first he wants her to know that he sees her, he's always around her, she's surrounded by so much support. He's so proud of her just for doing what she's doing, so she is recognized, she is seen. And I kind of feel like this is would mean abroad as well, because, it feels like these people are at a distance, and they are, waving a different flag. So I feel like she's going to be doing her MBA from abroad with that one, because the 6 is also a card of movement as well. So I feel like there's going to be that she'll be doing it from abroad. The message that he has for you, yeah, the King of Pentacles card, and it's just them knowing that you are taken care of, that you have abundance. They do want you to look at, your journey of your self worth and how you relate yourself to the outside world. Because I feel like he's saying that you do have a, you look at yourself so much lower than other people. And he goes, "You have no idea of how powerful you are. And this journey of your worth is such an important one for you that he wants you to look and realize just how much you are and what you're able to bring to the world." Because he goes, "You're not someone who works in a stable, you know, shoveling horse dung or cow dung or whatever, they're like, you are royal. You have so much that you can bring to the world." And so this, the Ace of Pentacles that he holds here, there he's showing you that there's so much more to you, your abilities than you're giving yourself credit for. And so he really wants you to look at expanding and sharing the gifts that you have with the world too. And then the last one was, is he happy with the marriage of Kuzbu and Vipul? The Knight of Cups, this is, he's cheering this union. And so there is, positivity around that. And, when we go to the other side, we're happy because we have no expectations about, we see how this world is an illusion, that this world is the dream. And so it's just is, and they love the experiences that they went through and that everyone's going through. We just can't comprehend that as much in our human form here, that, like, because we have uh, judgments of things that they're either good or bad, and on the other side, they're like, there's no good or bad from the standpoint of the higher realms. There's just different. That's different than that. It's not that's better or worse. It's just it's different. It brings different things. It feels different, and so that's what they have for you, Swati. So many blessings for you today. All right, Jazz, we're moving on to you, and then Dollface Diva. Hello, you will be up next. So, Jazz, you want to know, will that Capricorn approach you soon? Let's take a look here, see what Spirit has to say. Okay, so I do see movement. There's emotion involved. Nope, none of those. Okay. So you do have the 6 of Swords, which is movement of thought, which is also a movement card. And you have the boat here too. I just kind of felt like these were together. The 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance and things unfolding in the outside world. And I feel like these two, this is movement. This is, approaching you, right? The boat is arriving. So I like that for you. Um, they have the Queen of Cups too, which the Queen of Cups is about while you're waiting for the ship to come in. This is about you diving deep into your own emotions and understanding, what is the love that you're searching for? What's the love that you have within you? Trust your gut, trust your intuition, and dive deep to understand yourself more. because you also have the 9 of Pentacles, which the 9 is the hermit's journey, and this is about finding your worth from within. So, when I see the Queen and this one together, that's where I'm feeling like it's time for you to kind of turn inward, look at your definition of your worth and what abundance means and what emotions you really want, what it is that you're really wanting from love, from this Capricorn, from yourself, from life. They're really wanting you to do this little uh, mind, dive, because you also have the King of Swords, which is all about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations. And, you have the Ace of Swords, which connects you to the higher realms to see things from that higher perspective. And that King of Swords allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. And so when you're doing this search and you're doing this thing, you're like, why do I want that? Is that really what I want? Or is that what I was told I should want? And so there is this cutting away of these thoughts and these beliefs that open up the way. It's almost like they're showing me now a the harbor where the ship is coming in, these ships that are coming in, there is um, debris, there's a bunch of seaweed, there's all these obstacles that are keeping the ship from coming in um, when it arrives. And so they're like, while you are waiting for the ship to come in, it's your duty to clear the harbor, to cut it, get the stuff, the obstacles out of the way so that the ship can come in, because there are some thoughts and beliefs that have created this defensive barrier that the ship won't be able to get in, and you are the one that opens up the gate for that. And so that's what's going on during this period. The King of Wands is here, which is a lot of fire. It's a lot of movement. It represents your higher self and also you taking that initiative to clear out that stuff. But it is also a little fire under your butte saying it's time. You get to do this. You want that to happen. It's the time is now to really do that inner work, because they're putting that fire within you, this, desire to make it happen. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. I'm excited. So many blessings for you. All right, Dollface Diva, you are up next. And then Teacup, you will be up after Diva. So, a general for the upcoming week. I am being drawn here to the Oracle of E for you. And thank you guys so much for everyone that's given a thumbs up on the video already. I know it seems like a small thing, but just a little tap help spread the Zen love and peace with the world. And so thank you guys so much for doing your part to help with all that, because it is very much appreciated. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So Diva, what would Spirit like you to know for this upcoming week? All right. You actually get two. So let's take a look here. You got the Canasti Canat. I know. Card number 47. And then you got the Live Wire, card number 35. So let's take a look here. These are small. So the Live Wire says, within you is a powerful elixir that can change the world, both your world and the one around you. Scientists call this elixir emotions, but you can think of it as a supercharged current capable of taking you anywhere you want to go. You can use your emotions to suffer or to skyrocket to fame. Good to know that it's up to you. I like that power that comes in there. Your power of emotional choice. In any moment, we can choose to have our emotional energy focus on, the emotions that are related to the fear of losing conditional love, like suffering and, all those other emotions, like it mentions, comes with that. Or we invest our energy into uh, you know, like, this is happening for me, and what do I want to do with this, and what am I gonna, head to next, instead of, you know, being face planted in mud and just staying down there, going, all right, I'm just gonna lay here, instead of getting back up and heading, taking another step. So I love that. And then the nasty knot says, despite how it looks, you can now slip easily out of your current ensnarement. It only looks like quicksand. There you go, the mud, right? In reality, getting free is a piece of angel food cake. Leave the drama behind. Yum. So both of those cards work very well together. So it's like whatever happens, whatever you feel is trapping you this week, that you have the ability to escape that nasty knot, escape the drama. It's a piece of angel food cake. Yum. And, use your emotional energy to move into a new place in the moment or in the week. So I like it for you. That's what they have for you, divas. So many blessings. And let's take a look here. So, Teacup, you are up next. Hey, Liliana. And Anjou, Ticklicar, you will be up next after Teacup. Let me just take a quick drink here. All right. So, what are the next actions that R is going to take regarding a relationship? He's in love with another girl. Ugh. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. So you're right. Here's the Two of Swords, which is all about a mental choice. It's like a fork in the road, and they are coming up to make a choice. And more swords that's going on here. So this is the Queen of Swords, which is balancing heart and mind, and the Eight of Swords, which is understanding which of their own thoughts and beliefs have been making them feel restricted and trapped in that. So especially with this, you got the World card here, which is the ending of a major cycle and the beginning of a new. So I feel like they are going to be making a decision, and it's leaning toward that they want a new adventure. They want to leave the old behind, the old ways of thinking too, and everything, and they're just moving in a different direction. And you're asking every tarot reader is telling you to be careful from R and his family members. What is this warning about? Is there anything to be concerned about? Well, you got the King of Swords. So all that swords is really in their mind, and the King of Swords is like very in their head. They're not in their heart, because not only does it roll over air, but they also all the kings are given an extra dose of air. So it's mind, and so he's all up in the decision that they're making. It's all in um, about thought, and the heart is not involved. It's like he shut off the heart to make the decision by logic, by things like that. They do have the Four of Swords for you, though, which is peace of mind and regarding love. So I feel like they're saying that just be aware that the decisions that he's making is not from the heart, that it's from the mind. And so when it comes across as cold or factual and, oh, da 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 da, da, just know that it's because he's up here and not down here. And I feel like that's what I mean, because there's like all the swords. There's so much that's going on as far as communication and thinking that's going on, that I feel like that's what they want you to know. um, when it talks about being careful, that it's like they're all into transaction type of mode rather than heart mode. And so they can come across just heartless, but you don't have to look at it that way. You can just, now that when whatever this decision is about ending things and moving in different direction, that how it's coming across is about transactional, not of the heart. So it's not going to come across as caring. It's going to come across as boom, 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 and cold. And just know that's where they're coming from, that they're off into here. Doesn't mean that they don't care, but they're up in fight or flight. They're up into this, the mind, and this is what they want, and da 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 da. So if you can take a deep breath and think transactionally like them, then there can be this thingy, this uh, transaction. There can be this peaceful kind of transition instead of it being, huge and turning into something very emotional and outbursts and things. Um, and I feel like that's what the warning is about, is just, know that, because I feel like being a teacup, you it feels like you are water, that you have a huge, huge heart and deep emotions, and you want transactions to be emotional, but you don't want their transactions to be emotional, because they will go into defensive, protective mode, not compassion and love mode. So you're like, you know what? I think it is best for me. It stays transactional. And then you can, allow your emotions to recover through your own process outside, away from them, because they're not going to help you with that anyway. So that's what they have for you, teacup. You hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. So Anjou, you are up next. And hey, Coco, you'll be up after that. So let's take a look here. Any blessings coming to you, Anjou? What would you like Anjou to know about blessings? All right. What do we got going on here? Well, I like it because you do have the Nine of Cups, which is about emotional wish fulfillment coming in. And you also have the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new spark, new energy that's coming in for you. And you also have the Knight of Wands, which is movement of passion and thoughts and beliefs. So I really feel that there is this definitely this exciting blessing that is coming your way. And it helps you with this Five of Pentacles, because the Five of Pentacles is five is a number of change. And this is normally about going from feeling like you are abandoned or out in the cold and not getting your sustenance, and um, it's like feeling worthless because humans failed to give you what you are feeling you need, and so you feel wounded, and walking through the snow barefoot with, is normally what the card shows. But there's a higher way of looking at it. The change that happens is there's a stained glass window, normally of Five Pentacles, which is about spirit and universe, creator, source, whatever you believe your higher power is, that they're the ones that bring you the sustenance. They're the ones that bring you what you need in each moment. Now, they may not have you win Powerball. I didn't win Powerball last night, so I'm not a billionaire today. Oh well. But it doesn't matter, because the creator, even though they're not going to bring us everything we need for all future moments in this moment, the creator makes sure we have everything we need always, right here, right now. We don't have to worry about angering the gods and they're pulling away, because they have this unconditional love for us, no conditions. And so we can't lose it, and it's eternal. So instead of it feeling fickle of the outside world, where they are, um, someone gets angry and they pull back and give us the cold shoulder, and pull back support from us, they don't do that. They have always they want to give us more and more and more if we'll raise our vibration to allow it to come in. So I feel like this beautiful thing is happening because you are realizing that it's not, humans that are going to bring you what you need. It's divine, right? And then you have this wish fulfillment come in. You have all this energy and all this passion and all this, wonderful movement that's coming up here in the near future for you. But it's all for you, and it feels abundant and overflowing for you. So I like it, Anju. So that's what they have for you. You know what? I did not remember today's daylight savings time. I'm glad my computer automatically updates it, but it made sense when I set my alarm last night to wake up this morning. I'm like, why does it say it's you know like 9 hours of sleeping instead of 8, or that many hours instead of that? And that makes sense why I woke up at 6:30 before the alarm, and I was wide awake because it would have been 7:30. Boy, sometimes it just takes thinking, right? So thanks for for that reminder, Chords. All right. And you want to know what will changing and updating your resume and get you a job soon? We'll double check that. I know last night I did pull that, and you had the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. It really stood out to me because I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it is going to make a difference for you. Let's see what they have for today as well. Let's take a look. Okay, that's way too many. Mhm. Yep, I like it because you do have the page of swords, which is new communication, new ideas, new things coming in, and I like that. You also have the Four of Pentacles, which is about a solid foundation in your outside world, as well as the Emperor, another four, solid stability. You being able to take charge and feel like you're in charge of your life again. So I definitely feel like it is a huge um, energy help to your, um, pursuit of getting a job. It's like you're putting energy into, uh, you know, like I'm updating my resume because it's going to make a difference. It's like the energy also helps, like the activity, the physical and emotional and mental energy you're putting into it helps uh, spark toward that as well. So I really like it for you. So many blessings for you, Coco. All right. VD, you are up next. Hey, Chat Noir, Earth Angel. Hello, hello. All right. And then Kritika, you will be up next. All right. So, VD, does someone have feelings for you, and who could it be? Let's take a look here. All right. So, someone does, because you have the Page of Cups, which is about new emotion and new love. So there is someone that does have feelings for you, and it's interesting. You've got the Hanged Man here, is what this is, and this is about seeing things from a different perspective. A higher perspective is going to give you clarity on who it is. It's like stepping out of where you were looking at before. You do have this is normally the strength card in standard tarot, but some of them swap it, and this is the justice card. And so, you know, it's like, again, seeing things from a higher perspective is what's jumping out into me, this card. And this house of cards, these expectations, the justice card is the balancing out of things, right? And there's this, okay, I understand, I'm we're taught to look at things from, these expectations and popular opinions of when we're younger. Usually has like the ace of swords with the scales balancing from it, which again, that ace of swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective outside of all the expectations that you've had before. A big piece of it is to step out of it and away from it so that it's not so strict, because the opportunities are out here, and when you have the strictness here, you're missing out on those. And so it's like slicing away old expectations of the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the must. Open it up where you see the opportunities, and it allows those opportunities to come, because you have the seven of wands here too, which I know this is kind of a interesting way they interpret this, but the seven of wands is about that you are being moved into this higher, again, higher place. So all of these are about a higher perspective, a different point of view, a higher point of view. And some people, like that seven of wands, it's like they look at you that you are above them, and then they try to poke at your dreams and poke at you. And try not to get too offended by that or become defensive. Try to have compassion, because in order for them to feel like they want to bring you down to where they're at, they have to feel like they're below you. And so if you realize, oh, they feel like they're below me, then you can reach down and help them up, but or not be bothered by what they're doing and realizing that's why they're doing it. But this, all four cards are about seeing things from a higher place. So, like, who is it? I almost feel like it is someone from a higher place, like a higher elevation, or someone that lives in a building, higher. Like, I just feel like it's so weird that it's like about a physically higher than where you're at. Like, if you live in apartments, it's someone that lives above you. If it's a city that's nearby, that they're at up in the mountains or a higher elevation, it's like they physically live above you, not like ooh, a higher, a higher social status, or whatever, physically higher. So if that makes sense to you, I love it. But that's what I feel with it, with all the higher, 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 higher. So there is definitely someone that has feelings for you. They're just physically at a higher elevation than you. So, all right. Hopefully that helps you identify who it is. If not, it's all about letting it unfold. That's part of the wonderful journey. So many blessings to you, VD. All right. So, Kritika, you are up next, and then Cambria, you'll be after that. All right. So, Kritika, you want to know the true intentions and message of Anavesh towards you. All right. Let me just take a quick drink here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Interesting, interesting. So we do have the world card here, which is about the ending of an old cycle and the new beginning. Um, and it's also you got the Eight of Cups here, which the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind old emotions that no longer serve and moving into like a wish fulfillment. And I feel like they're letting the old go to move into the new. And you also have the King of Swords, which the King of Swords is about, really, they're in their head and they're really looking at their expectations and their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets. And it's interesting. It's almost like if they were leaving somebody in their past and they it was like almost for a while they thought I love this because it I always the cake and eating it too just comes out so strong in this card. It's almost like they thought they could have two worlds, but they realize they have to end one and leave old emotions behind to move into the new. And I think like they in their mind they were thought they could maintain two loves in their heart in a way, but they're realizing that they have to let um, you know it go. So I feel like if that makes sense to you, if you are the old or the new, then you know what side of that equation that you're on. But I really feel like they have this message for you. You have the high priestess, and then you also have the queen of cups. And the queen of cups is like almost like the high priestess. Like this is the major arcana of someone who steps into the high temple and goes behind the veil and deep into their emotions and connects to the above. And the Queen of Cups is like double emotion, double water, which allows her to go dive deep into her emotions, connects to the spirit world and intuition and gut as well. So I feel like they're saying, trust your intuition, trust your gut. You know, like you have this sense and this feeling, this sixth sense, your intuition is just telling you something very strong. And it's not your mind and it's not your heart, it's your intuition. Because our heart might be like, oh, I love him and I wanted to be with him. I don't care what. But your gut is going whoop, 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 warning, warning, and it's telling you something. And they're saying, follow your heart, follow that gut, that what it's telling you there. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. Hopefully that resonated. Many blessings for you. All right, Cambria, you are up next, and then the Empress, you are up after that. So, all right, let me just make sure here, Katika, because you were talking about, will you marry Anavesh? So, yeah, if you are the new, then I feel like that is the direction that he's wanting to head, is letting go of the old emotions. He's clearing out the old and moving towards the new. So if you are the new and not the old, then that's what they have for you there. All right. I think you got the message. You got the information you needed for your requests there. All right, Cambria. Sorry. Will you choose Taz over Mikhail? I feel more physical attraction to Taz, but you're meant to attracted to Mikhail. All right, let's take a look here. Well, of course, your power of choice, you get to choose. And what we'll do is we're going to pull a couple cards for Taz and a couple cards for Mikhail and see what energy comes through, and then that'll allow you to see which is of the highest for you. So, Taz, are those all right? Oh, and here is Mikhail. All right. Interesting. So, for Taz, you have three major arcana, which means it is a significant impact in your life choosing them. And so you let me just turn this around here. So you've got the Empress card, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, newness, harvest, and abundance, right? And then you also have the not the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine, which is the Hermit, which is about it allows you to have this turning inward and this connection to your higher self, which allows you to understand yourself more and to connect and have this guidance into your life. And then you also have what normally would be the Justice card, number 11, but it's the Strength card, which also is about you connecting to your higher self and understanding more about your connection to the spirit world. So maybe it seems like Taz brings you into this really enlightenment of your life, and it allows you to move up in ways. And I kind of feel like that you end up, uh, I feel like almost giving birth, like real birth. Uh, the Empress is also about passion and sensuality, but I feel like they the experience with Taz would be very, very uh, extreme. It would be life changing because it's going to turn you inward quite a bit to look at yourself and what's going on with you, and it's going to create situations for you to have to do that. So it's going to be a roller coaster with them is what I'm feeling. But it's life changing because it forces you, it's like a master's program in your worth and that type of stuff. And it's interesting, because you say you're physically attracted to Taz, that you're mentally attracted to Mikhail. Mikhail is all about energy. It's You got three wands, which is all about fire. And you've got the 10 of wands, which is about a lot of energy. Um, and you got the 8 of wands, which is a lot of movement of energy. And you have the 2 of wands, which is about teaches you your power of choice. Like where you invest your energy is what grows. And I feel like there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of energy, um, but you learn a lot around your own fire that you have inside yourself. So it's interesting because I would have thought when I saw these, actually, when I saw these, I thought that sounds more like Taz because that's fire and passion and that, but that's what they tell you about Mikhail. And then you have the roller coaster ride, which again, the master's program where you get a lot of challenges that really uh, spark your need to find your inner strength, and that you would be on your own, like like you'd have to really look to yourself for your wholeness and your completeness and your strength, because I feel like it would be very physical, but you wouldn't get what you're needing on the inside. And I feel like, like with Mikhail, with all of that passion and all that, energy that comes in, that it's like there would be that there for you. I feel like it would just be this choice, this change that happens. It's almost like you would, whatever you focus on is what would grow. And so if you focus on that, you're not like, well, I'm not physically attracted. Well, that makes you less physically attracted to Mikhail. But if you focus on I'm attracted and where you put your energy, that would grow there too. So, I feel like it's like really what you're wanting and what you're wanting it to do with it is what's going to be such a change here. So, yeah, spirit won't tell you which one to choose. They'll just tell you the information about, well, if you chose that path, this is what it looks like. If you choose that path, that's what it looks like. What do you want? And you're like, okay. It's like a waiter. They don't decide what you're going to eat. You're just like, so what are your favorites? And they'll be like, well, I like this with this and this with this. What do you feel like eating today? And you're like, what do I want? And that's what they're leaving in your hands. And sorry if you hear my stomach growling. I guess that's also why it's almost 1:30 here, and I didn't realize that it's lunchtime for my stomach. My stomach is not on daylight savings time. All right, so that's what they have for you, Cambria. Many blessings for you. Hopefully that helped. All right, so Empress, you are up, and then Earth Angel, you will be next. So the Empress, you have no water in your chart, but your North Node is in Cancer. How does your higher self want you to be more emotional or show more compassion? Okay, let's take a look here. Actually, I want to switch up decks here. And I'm going to the Wild Unknown Tarot. See what they got. What we got? All right. How can you show more compassion or be more emotional? Okay. Well, I laugh because you got the Three of Cups, which is about celebration and emotion, right? And happiness. But this also is my card about your spiritual posse, all of those beautiful, you know, guardian angels and spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side and your ancestors and creator and unicorns and fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. They're like, we're here. We can help you with that. You also have the Hanged Man, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective. And you also have the Hermit, which is about going inward and connecting to your higher self. And they will help you light on the journey. So they're definitely saying where you find more compassion and more emotion is by connecting to the higher realms, connecting to the spirit realm, because they are, we are made of unconditional love. So you have emotion, just the personality, the soup that you have may not have a ton of emotion that's in it, but we all have every zodiac sign within our being. There's just more of the other ingredients that are poured in that are the planets and the houses and all that, just add extra of those essences in. So even though you don't have water um, in a lot of your chart, the north node in Cancer is water, and that is the expression that's the highest expression that you can reach in this in this lifetime in your human self. So, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and I feel like the moon cycles are also something that you can use the beautiful moon energy to open up. But you also have the devil card here, which is your shadow, Saturn energy, and the Seven of Wands, which is fire and energy. So even though you don't have like the specific cups, specific emotions in your chart and that type of stuff. You have the fire, which is an emotional type of energy as well. It's drive, it's passion. We are emotional beings. You have emotions going on, but I feel like, especially with all this inner search and seeing things from the higher perspective, there's some emotions that are just below the surface in the subconscious. And I feel like this hermit's journey will help shed light on it and allow you to connect more and more to your higher self, which is a being that whose natural state is unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And so there's all this emotion that's there. And the compassion will come as you question. The Saturn energy is the rattling of your life. It's the rattling of your beliefs and mindsets and all of that. And so that this question is coming up does show that you are on this journey and you are having these lessons and these things that are coming from outside the world into your peripherals for you to really start to recognize it and move into those areas. The Seven of Wands also tells you that don't worry about other people, what they say, what they're doing, those types of things, because they are just uh, feeling low about themselves. And so they just want you to come down and be miserable and feel misery like they do. So, just like that compassion is what kicks in, going, oh, yeah, so I see, they're feeling down, they're feeling low. I'm not going to worry about needing to defend myself. You also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is again a nine about the inner journey, finding your wholeness and your completeness within you. So a lot of this is about your inner path and that inner search there for you too. So, uh, yeah, I do like that for you. And there is a great book. Um, let's see if I have it nearby here. Yeah. So it's Jan Spiller, The Astrology of the Soul, and this has all to do with North Node and South Node. And so when you go in and look, like for North Node in Cancer, there will be, things about things that you can leave behind, and I mean, there's like pages and pages of different areas of your life too. So if that sparks your interest, you can check that out because it's a great book. I mean, it's just amazing. So I love it. But that's what they have for you, Empress. So many blessings to you. All right, Earth Angel, you are up next. And then Portia, hello, hello. You'll be up after that. So let's take a look here. So, Earth Angel, will you marry M? So, we'll take a look at that. Hey, Castlebull. Welcome, welcome. And Gina. So, Portia will be up next, and then Gina, and then Castlebull. So, thank you guys for all your patience as I go down the list. I do go in order, so I know sometimes it feels like you're in the line at Christmas time at the post office going, will they ever get to me? So thanks so much. And thank you guys all for the thumbs up. Really helps out with spreading the Zen love to the world. So thank you so much for being a part of that. All right, Earth Angel, will you marry M? All right. I don't think so. I feel like you're going to have a tower, which is being something, being removed out of your life. And I like how they have this here because here's the old tree that's like a dying tree, and that gets removed out of your life to make room for this beautiful birth of this new, healthier tree that didn't have, things that were. I was trying to think of the beetles that eat trees and destroy it. It's like this is not for you anymore. It's being removed out of your path to open a path for this newness coming in. And I really like it because you do have the Hermit card here, which is about you. You're going to spend a little bit of time after this internal on this internal journey, really connecting, allowing this light, which is your higher self, to guide your path, but opens you up to this celebration and this joy that comes after it. So I know that, you know, maybe you wanted to marry M, but just know that when people are removed out of our lives, people don't leave us, people are moved out of our path to make our path open to what is for our highest experience and more in alignment with where we're headed. So I do like that because you have the joy and celebration card after there. So I feel like that, it won't really work out with them, but just know that it's happening for you and not happening to you. And that with this movement of them out, that it's going to really open up to this wonderful, wonderful joy and celebration that comes later. So I really like it for you. So just hang in there as you're going through it. I know it's not always fun, but somehow with knowing that there's something, it's being moved for something much better in our lives, we're like, wow, okay, I'm okay. It's like if you lived in an old rundown house that had rats and the gas was leaking and the, plumbing was spotty and the roof, was caving in some spots too. And then you went out to the garden and then a lightning bolt hit it and burned it down. And you're like, while it's burning down, it's freaking out, us a little bit. But if you knew that, oh, they're going to build me a new house that's going to be more updated and modern, and everything's going to work, and the roof isn't going to leak, and no rats, and it's even going to be so much better than the old house I ever had, would be like, I'm okay with the lightning bolt, right? So that's what they're trying to kind of let you know about what's coming. So that's what they have for you, Earth Angels. So many blessings for you. All right. Let me just scroll back up here. It went really fast. There it is. So Portia, we will look there. And then Najina Naz, you will be up next. So you would, hello. Would you like to you would like to know if your baby daddy's going to take the kids to live with them soon. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. All right. Anything else? Okay. So you got the star card, which is wish fulfillment. You got the Father of Pentacles, which would be the King of Pentacles, which is about things unfolding in the outside world abundantly. And then you also have the Father of Wands, which is about um, movement, action, fire. So I feel like this is your wish fulfillment that they are going to very soon with this King of Wands, because that's all about fire and action and movement. That with the two father cards coming up and the star card, which is wish fulfillment, and that it is that they will take the kids to live with them soon. So very fast and very clear cards there. So that's what they have for you, Portia. Sorry you had waited but that's a really quick and clear wow answer. So worth the wait, I'm sure. And it's very clear, right? So many blessings to you. All right. So Najina, you are up next, and then Cassable. So Nahina, true intentions of a beer for you in the near future. All right. All right. So they are letting you know that near future, it's kind of balance, patience. It's taking time to get there. I know you're like, it's been taking so much time, but there are intentions. It's just taking time for them to show themselves, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune that comes in, which is about a ending and new beginning, this movement that happens in your world, which is for you. And you also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about movement up in the outside world. So there is this change that's coming here for you. It's going to take time for it to kind of unfold, but it's definitely for you. And it is this movement in the outside world. And so I feel like their intentions are to move up in the outside world with you. Yeah, because here you have the Mother of Pentacles too. So I feel like in the meantime, this is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture for you, and taking care of you. But this is about your outside world. The Pentacles are again about the outside world, and just take time. It'll take time, but in the meantime, nurture yourself. Focus on your self love whenever we're in that temperance, patience, things will eventually unfold. The reason there's a pause is that it's for us to work on our self love, our inner love, because we cannot love others more than we love ourselves. And we cannot accept love from others more than we love ourselves. So if they want to flood us with a lot of love, but I love myself this much, it'll just be a drip. But the more I open up my own self love, then I can feel that love and I can love more as well. So I like that. I feel like there's intentions there for you, but it's going to take time for it to unfold. So if you're willing to have some patience, then that wheel will change and those things will move up in the outside world. But in the meantime, work on you, work on your self love. So that's what they have for you, Nahina. So many blessings. All right, Cassaville, you are up next. You want to get some guidance? And we will see what they have for you here. Whoops, went too far. There we go. And then Natalia, you will be up next. So Cassaville. So guidance, what would you like? Okay. So they want to give you some Earth Magic Oracle guidance. See what they have for you. So for Cassaville, what would you think? Okay. So you've got the lake with stillness. I know. No, not stillness. Let's see what message comes with that. So it says the subdued pastels of the early morning light quietly announce that the night is over and the sun is rising. That's good. The lake itself hasn't awakened from its rest and remains still and undisturbed. It welcomes the coming day, ready to respond with grace and fluidity to whatever currents and movements appear in its belly or upon its skin. The surrounding vegetation thrives for the abundant water near the shoreline, and the unoccupied boat lies in wait for its next passenger. All is at rest in this scene. It's in the deep internal stillness that we find our being and come to know that we are intimately united with all of creation. To achieve this mindset, we must slow down once in a while and get away from the surroundings that interfere and distract our inner tranquility. When we do so, this profound stillness is available at all times, regardless of the environment. We can experience this sensation with steady, conscious breathing, or we can simply pause for a few moments and be still. So, this card wants you to know that the tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to this quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly nonstop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it's a special place in your home or a place out in nature that is far from human made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and your senses. Yeah. So the message, the guidance is to get away from all the chaos, get away from all the noise, whatever situations are just like taking up all this mental activity and everything that's coming into your life right now. It's like, get away from it all. Watch what you're putting into your eyes. Watch what you're watching. Pay attention to what you're listening to. Pay attention to what you're speaking, what you're eating, what you're allowing into your space and in your environment, because you get to control that and you can move it, your energy, by stepping away from all the chaos, stepping away from all the noise. It's like moving from the storm into the eye, where it's calm and peaceful and you can even see the sun. But getting out into nature and away from things, like I said, does help, um, quiet it because it's not in your face. Because even like going into your backyard, sometimes you're looking around at all the stuff you have to do. It's like sometimes it's get away where you have no responsibility, and then you can just sit and just be and allow things to settle. And then in that peace, you see things more clearly. So that's what they have for you, Castle. So get out in nature if you can and find that peace and that bliss. All right. That's what they have. Many blessings to you. So, Natalia, does Marlise miss your friendship? We'll take a look here. And then Chat Noir, you will be up next. So, let's take a look here. I do want to go to the Rune Tarot, see what we have. All right. So, does Marlise miss your friendship? All right. So you have the Two of Wands here, which is about the power of where you focus your energy. And there's also the Lover's card, which is about emotional choice. It's very Gemini energy about the two sides of things. So these two really jump out together here. And I kind of feel like they're like sometimes, because every moment is a choice, and sometimes they miss and sometimes they don't, because I feel like this is them, they're learning this hermit journey of the nine of their worth and their wholeness within themselves. And so they're really focusing on this inward type of journey, which also aligns with the strength card here, because the strength card represents their human and their spiritual self, and that they're finding the strength and they're finding this wholeness within them. So I feel like that they go back and forth, which we all do moment by moment with our emotional choices and where we're investing our energy. And so when they're focusing in on themselves and this kind of evolution of who they're becoming and their understanding that the world that they were seeing was a reflection of what was going on inside them, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And I feel like that's what they're doing, this inner journey and this inner awareness inside, and they're all going, oh, okay. And then so they'll reflect back on the friendship, and they'll be like, oh, I like that, I remember that, time. And then when they remember any kind of a conflicting time, they're like, okay, how was I? And so that's kind of what it's going on there. I don't feel like they are, like they feel they're missing uh, anything in their life. And that's kind of an overstatement. They're like, that's where they're headed. They're like, I don't want to feel like I'm missing anything in my life. And that's why they're looking on the inside, because it's like whatever they feel they're missing, they're realizing that they're not missing. Like they have this concept, they know they're not missing anything in their life because they can find it all from within. But I feel like, that's that back and forth that they're going through, right? So that's what they have for you. It's not like a yes or no. It's like a sometimes, but they're on the way to not missing anything in their life because they're looking inward for their fulfillment, that Nine of Pentacles and that Strength card. So that's what they have for you, Natalia. So hopefully that helped, but many blessings to you. All right. Chat Noir, you are up next. And then let's see, Anjou, I think, did we already answer your question earlier? Yeah, with the blessings coming to you. Yeah, so we answered the how, like the blessings that were coming for you earlier. So hopefully you saw that there. And then Anshul, you will be up next after Chat Noir. In Chat Noir, you want to have general reading and advice. So let's take a look here. And I am being drawn to the Cosmic Journey Oracle for you. So let's take a look here, see what they have. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate your patience as I go down the list, and all the love and the energy that you give and support. I really appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed, even though I don't say it enough, how much I appreciate all of you who have subscribed and people come in here regularly, and all the comments you make on videos. it does warm my heart and just encourages me, to continue to do this. So I appreciate it. All right, Chat Noir, you have card number 39, which says your effortless effort is fully required. I like that. Effortless effort. So let's take a look here. And it says, huh? It's a complete paradox, right? How can you provide your effortless effort? As you play with the cosmic concepts you encounter in this oracle, you'll start to develop a sense of when to push and when to just allow. There's a dance of action and surrendering, of doing and being. By putting your full heart and 100% effort into something, you actually win. Putting in the work, if it's from a true place of meaning, is itself your reward. It's only the attachment to results that create disappointment, frustration, depression, etc. Think about it. When you have expectations and they aren't met, you're upset, right? And if you're waiting on outside praise or recognition, you're always beholden to it. By having no attachments, you are free. Your full effortlessness effort is also required because we're all in this together. What is called for now is a solution for everyone, every sentient being, every stakeholder on the planet. And the cosmic catalyst question that you can ask yourself is, when is the last time I have felt in a state of flow and effortless effort? In a little cosmic checkbox, which is something that you can do if it resonates. It says, for the next 24 hours, put your full effortless effort into one project and then record what happens. So that is what they have for you, Chat Noir. So hopefully that resonated and fits in to what you're currently going through. So many blessings for you. All right, Ashol Gaur, you are up next, and then Queen Bee, you will be up after that. So I am doing good, Ashol. And does AJ tell your friends about me? Oh, well, good. I love to hear that the readings are accurate. You know, I'm just going to move my coffee over here because I need to go into cup number 2 here. There we go. So let's take a look here and see. I do want to go to these tarot. Let's see. Does AJ tell his friends about you? Well, there is the King of Swords, which the King of Swords is about communication. Um, but it's interesting. Well, because there is the Page of Cups, which is about new love, right? And so with these together, I feel like there is some communication, but because there's also this Emperor, and there's this Three of Pentacles, which is about really them not worrying about what other people think and kind of staying true to their authentic path and their authentic self. And the Emperor is like they kind of keep things to themselves, like Napoleon was like, they're like, I just want to keep things. They are really, I feel like to themselves. They listen to a lot of people, but they don't share a whole lot about themselves. I feel like people are surprised because like this is wish fulfillment, a wish fulfillment card, the star. And it's Aquarian energy, which is what also makes me reinforces that. because it's like um, Aquarians are very much air signs, and they keep their um, emotions kind of in containers, sealed in a special room in their heart that most people don't know about. That's why Aquarians can appear to be fickle or uncaring, but they have all the emotions going on the inside. They just listen to a lot of people usually and don't share a lot of what they're doing. So, if it'd be funny if they were an Aquarian or an air sign, because that would make total sense. But I feel like they do listen to a lot more than they speak about themselves, about important things. And so I kind of feel like their emotions and their thoughts and things that they don't tell their friends. They're just like it's like their friends always tell them everything that's going on, and there's no time left over. They're like, "Oh my god, I've been talking to you for an hour, but I gotta go. But how are you?" And they're like, "I'm fine. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye." Psh. And so I kind of feel like that's their friends. That they don't share a whole lot of important things with them. They just like they're their solid. It's like they're the counselor of their friends. They spend most of their time listening to them, if that makes sense. So, but he does have feelings. That page of cups is about love and about emotion. So they do have feelings. I just don't think they talk about it to anyone. So that's what they have for you. So, Ashul, many blessings to you. All right, Queen B, you are up. And then Andrea Macias Gomez, you are up after that. Let's take a look here. What are TJ's feelings for you? Queen B? All right. So there is the temperance, the balance, the patience card here. And I kind of feel like uh they it's like this is their emotions. It's like they just sleep on their emotions. They don't I feel like they like the temperance and balance almost feels like they're not someone that's like way up and way down. It's just kind of and it's like you can't tell. It's like, are you okay? "Yeah, I'm fine." Well, didn't you care about that? Yeah, I care about it, but I don't see anything. It's like they just have this balance about stuff, even though it's like almost like a duck. It's like there's a lot of activity going underneath, but it doesn't seem to be, and they're just kind of flowing here. And so I feel like there's this balance because there's also this, which is the justice card. Again, they're balancing upon this house of cards here, and I feel like they are do a lot of thinking, a lot of mental, which makes sense. I really feel like almost kind of like what I was just talking about with Anshul of they have this they're like air signy in their head, in their head, in their head, and they're not um, there's emotion going on there, but they just don't express it. They don't um, invest a lot of energy into that. They do a lot of thinking, a lot of thinking. But there is the Page of Wands here, which Wands is about drive, ambition, passion, energy. And the page would be about new passion, new drive, and stuff. So I feel like, that you don't, it's like it almost comes out of nowhere, right? And so I feel like there's emotion there. There's stuff that's going on inside. Yeah. Because here's again, swords, which is all about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. There's so much in their head. But the 10 is an ending and a new beginning, so I feel like they're about to exit out of their head, and then they make movement, and then there's fire, and there's movement and passion, but I feel like right now they're all up here, and then, uh, and you it almost is like, are you alive? Is their heart beating in there? Are you a vampire? Is there blood flowing through your body? Because 'Cause they're just kind of so mental, right? But I do feel like soon they are exiting out of some of their old mindsets and expectations and moving forward. Yeah. because you got the 8 of Pentacles too, which is about movement in the outside world. So I feel like a movement up in the outside world. So I feel like soon there is going to be a change in how they've been expressing themselves, and that they actually will. It's like those times, if you're ever a Star Trek fan, the old ones when Spock would eventually show his human side. It's like, oh my God, look, Spock smiled in that episode. Oh, it's kind of like going to be like that for you there. So that's what I'm picking up there, Queen Bee. So hopefully that resonated. Many blessings to you. All right. Andrea, you are up next. Right, very good, Brenda. And Ankit Kumar Diman. And my apologies if I mispronounced that. I'm sure I did. But you'll be up next. So, Andrea, what are Brandon's current feelings towards you? Let's take a look here. What does Brandon got going on? All right, let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So you have the Lovers card here. So there is this, emotional connection there. The 10 of Wands is a lot of energy that's being invested. It's almost like exhaustion. Like they have invested a lot of energy in this relationship, but um, it's like, let me show you this other card. It'll make more sense. So there's this conflict. There's this conflict of expectations, this conflict of the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's. Kind of feel like maybe there was some arguing or some disagreements that happen. If they didn't get to arguing, it's like you want something, but they want this. And it's like, well, you're supposed to want this. Well, you're supposed to want this. And it's like this impasse that you're on because there's that conflict of it's like you're butting heads in some things. And that's where this energy, this exhaustion or this, they just felt like I've invested so much energy into this. Um, and it feels like with the 7 of Pentacles that, the 7 of Pentacles usually has like a bush on it that someone's standing there and it's like patience and things have been taking a long time to unfold. But when the fruit starts to come out, which is the last thing that shows on a fruit tree or a fruit bush, it's like, is that really what I want? Is that, I've invested a lot of energy in growing these apple trees, but do I really want apples anymore? Or is it something else I want? And I kind of feel like that's where you guys are at in your like interactions. It just feels like whatever has been happening in both of your lives, that there's this change enough that, at one point, I feel like you guys felt like you had a lot in common and were headed in the right direction, but it's feels like it's off kilter now. And that with that 7 of Pentacles, it's like you guys are going to be coming to a different conclusion than you had thought you were in a different area, going in different directions than you thought that you were going to go. Because now I think if you guys are honest with yourself, that you're ready, for something different. You have the 3 of Cups came out here too. It's like, is it bringing you joy? Is it bringing you the celebration to come together? And it's like, no, not anymore. It used to be like so exciting and joyful. Now it feels like it takes work to get together and not to fight. That's kind of what I feel like, to not it turn into a bickering session or something along those lines. And it's kind of like you both are like coming to a mutual place of, yeah, it's not what it used to be. Let's back off before we end up hating each other, kind of feel to it. So hopefully that resonates, Andrea, but that's what is coming through there for you. So many blessings. All right. So Ankit Kumar, You are up next. And then, hey, CEO Shanta, hello, hello. You will be up next after that. So let's take a look here. So, Ankit, you want to know your CA exam is scheduled for November 13th, 15th, and 17th November. Okay. So let me make sure. Spirit knows what you're asking, but I feel like you said the exam is like there's three different dates, or is there four different dates that are available, and which one is best to take it to have the most success? So let's take a look here. I'm going to do 11th, 13th, 15th, and 17th. We're going to pull four cards, and then we'll see which energy is ideal for exams. So 11th, please. Whoa, hold on a sec. All right. Okay, and then the 13th. That came flying out, almost took out an eye. All right, so they gave me three cards, so these are going to be for the other dates. So that'll be the 13th, the 15th, and the 17th. All right, so the 11th is the Five of Swords, which is conflict of the mind. So I would say no for that. And then the 13th, you got the Devil card, which is challenging of the mind and shaking of the cage. So I would say no for the 13th. The 15th, you have the High Priestess, which the High Priestess is like this. She goes into her high temple, she steps behind, goes into the unknown, behind the veil, intuition, trust in your intuition, your gut, connection to the higher realm. So that's not a bad date. The 15th would be a good date. The 17th, though, you have the Eight of Wands, which is movement and passion and energy and drive. And that would also be a card of messages, of quick movement, of things coming in as well. So I would say 11th and 13th, I would probably say steer away from. 15th or 17th, either of those days would be good. I almost feel like they're just different. The 15th is more of that you would connect and have great instincts in answering, and but kind of you feel like withdrawn when you go to do this. And the 17th, I feel like you're excited and have a lot of energy and a lot of movement and you know fire, like let's go. So whatever day, either one of those days is fine. They're just different energies, but that's what they have for you for those. So that's what they have. And then just overall, I feel like you want to know about your success overall too. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about success in the outside world that allows you to not only have enough for you, but to give. And think of it like three pentacles on either side, a very smooth moving outside world. So I do see success for you in taking the exam. So that is awesome. And then the days that will be easier for you to have success would be the 15th and the 17th. So that's what we have for you, Ankit. So many blessings to you. All right, Sio Ashanta, you are up next. And then Angelique, hello, you'll be up after that. So let's take a look here. So, Sio Ashanta, you want to know your associate Nick's intentions towards you. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. Associate Nick's intentions towards you. All right. We have the Ace of Wands here, which is new drive, new passion. So, and also the Knight of Cups, which is all about romance and movement of emotion. So I kind of feel like there's this attraction, there's this spark that they have. And, it's like a knight in shining armor, the cup. It's like there, there is this love, this, romantic type of thing around it. Um, the knight the Knight of Cups can be I was kinda trying to find a good description for it. It's like a romantic, and so, um, with that Ace of Wands, it's like it's very fiery, it's very romantic, but it's like, but what beyond that, right? There's also the World card here, which is about endings of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure. So I almost feel like they ended a relationship and now they have a new spark, and it's almost like they're in love with the feeling of being in love, like a serial monogamist, which I used to be. I admit, so it's that feeling of it though, like when one relationship ends, I want love and I want to be in that romantic. I love feeling in love and that's what I kind of feel is going on with them. And sorry, let me get a light here. I guess you can see everything okay. It just like got really dark outside. I think some clouds came in. Okay, now it's getting brighter again. So that's it. Dark and bright and dark and bright. All right, here we go. Yeah. So we do have the Emperor, and which is about stability and ruling over their life, and Eight of Wands can be a lot of passion that's coming in here too. So I feel like it really is about passion. Um, is there any relationship cards in here? Yeah, Four of Wands. So Four of Wands is about celebration and marriage and stuff too, but the Nine of Wands also came out, which is about a block, and that usually there's like 9 wands that are have a block and someone's like hitting their head against a blockade. They have the bandage, which means they've tried to move past this thing, and be persistent, but they kept on hitting a block. Let's see what this final card is here. Yeah, it's all about temperance and patience. It's slow moving, with all of this too. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's going on inside them around their fire. I mean, there's 4 cards that are all of the wands, which is passion and drive and, um, the movement and fieriness in them. So, I feel like they have romantic feelings and passions. I like that temperance card though. It's like telling it's like take things slow because, you will find what their true intentions are, because that marriage thing is there, but there's the block to the marriage thing, and they've got all this passion, 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 romance, romance, romance. So I almost feel like they're a good starter in a relationship and this passion and romance and everything, but they're not a good closer of relationships. They end up fizzing out because of all that fire. It's like a little sparkler. It's all and then it's done. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that was fun, but that's it. And so I feel like just to be aware of the fire, the passion, the romance, that taking it slow will allow you to see, um, allow things to last. And if it's someone you're interested in, it's like, and if they truly are interested, they'll be willing to take it slow as well. And because I think that's what's happened in the past is that they want so badly to be in a relationship that it fizzes out. They like sprint instead of walk together, and then you just run out of breath. And so that's what they have. So hopefully that resonated. Many blessings to you, Sio Shanta. All right, Angelique, you are up next, and then Vidushi, you'll be after that. So, any signs coming for you in your love life? Well, let's take a look here. Kind of want to switch up cards. I'm going to go to the Tarot of Dragons. It's like Khaleesi from Lord of the Ring, not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, right? Tarot of Dragons. Let's see. So, any signs coming for you with love? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I like it. You do have the Fool card, which is about new beginnings, new adventure coming in. So I do see love coming your way. You have the Chariot too, which is about movement and victory coming your way. It is about emotional choice too. So you do have these emotional choices that are coming. You have the Three of Cups too, which is about celebration and joy. So I do feel it's coming, and with that Chariot card, I feel like it's coming more sooner than later. But it'll be a new adventure, not anyone you've known before, not anyone you're currently with. Let's see what these are too. And you got the moon. So the cycles, trust the cycles of the moon, and the Five of Pentacles. So there is this movement here in your outside world, like a change of how you see yourself and your worth as well. So I feel like while you're pausing, they are wanting you to look at how you look at yourself in relation to the outside world. And the moon card is about, your emotions and your the unseen. So I feel like the little waiting period while it's about to happen is for you to really dig into understanding yourself, what you really want, what love really means to you. And it's kind of when we talk about the moon card and kind of diving deep within your heart, it's getting out of your mind of all the things that people have told you what love should be and who you're supposed to be with and who you're supposed to be with and a relationship and how the relationship is supposed to go and how you're supposed to meet and how you're not supposed to meet. Blah, 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 blah. It's like get in here and trust your heart and your gut and your instinct and do that. Like if you have like you know, a friend is always inviting me to go to play bingo or something. I don't know where that came from, but it's like they're always inviting me to come bingo, and I'm like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" No. But suddenly this week, you know, they haven't asked for a while because they got tired of you saying no, but they're like, "Hey, there's a special bingo night. I know you never want to go. Do you want to go?" And you're like, "You feel in your heart?" "Yeah, I do." And there you meet someone because someone else dragged their friend to go, and you wouldn't have met before. It's kinda like that thing, trust your gut, trust your instinct, coming forward and get out of your mind about the hows, and just allow your heart to go. Do things that you love, go do things that you love too, because I feel like you'll meet someone and doing something you're enjoying while you're doing it. So I like it for you. So that's what you have, Angelique. Many blessings. All right, Vidushi, you are up next. And then Divine Goddess, you will be up after that. Full moon blessings to you. All right, very good. Yeah, we'll see if there's any full moon. Yeah, we have full moon coming up on the 8th, so 2 days from now in Taurus. It's a lunar eclipse, so if you guys are feeling that energy, yeah, I understand. I've been having the weirdest dreams, and I dream a lot anyway, but these have been really weird. But definitely. So, Vidushi, does your boyfriend Tejasvir love you? And will things improve between you? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this boyfriend here. Anything? Hello, hello. Okay. Interesting 3 cards. So you got the Judgment card here with double X's is like double endings and double new beginnings, seeing things from a higher perspective. Also, you have the Queen of Swords, which is the balancing of the heart and the mind. So there's a lot of mental stuff going on here, and then the Moon card coming in here too. So, I'm not seeing. I mean, the Moon card is emotions, but this is about hidden, deep, unconscious, more Mother Luna nurturing type energy. And I don't feel like there's, the balancing of heart and mind. It just feels like, eh, it doesn't feel like I love you. It's I love you, that kind of energy. And will things improve? Let me take a look here because I just feel like what is going on here? Mm, there's ending of an old cycle and new coming in here. You got the 8 of Pentacles moving up in the outside world, Page of Pentacles, a new opportunity in the outside world. I feel like it's actually you're headed more towards uh change. Like there's these things that are happening in the outside world that take you guys in different directions. It takes you into an adventure that is more in alignment with where you're going. Yeah, because you have a new birth coming in here too. So I feel like it's it just feels stagnant. It feels like it takes so much effort. Um, where it's just I don't feel like things are gonna improve. I feel like things have been deteriorating, going downhill. I'll say that instead. Um, just spiraling, just slowly moving down and down and down and down, and that it's taken its course. It's brought you both what it needed to for your life experience, for you guys to understand more about yourselves, and I feel like there's this changes that are happening that take you guys in different directions in the outside world that just make it like a, a mutual, it just isn't what it used to be. And, do we want to continue to go, lower and lower till we end up hating each other? Or, is it something like maybe we just take a break? And by a break, it means not seeing each other anymore. It's like I don't really want to continue investing the energy. It's like the energy is going into a black hole instead of into a bright sun. And I feel like it's switched to that and it just feels draining for you both. But I feel like that's where it's headed. And it'll be for the best for both of you because it does bring this new adventure into the next, things that you guys are doing. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So, Divine Goddess, you are up next. And very good. Very good. And then Dr. V, you will be up after that. So, let's take a look here. So, what are your full moon blessings to come? Love or work, or love and work? Whatever you wanted to know. What are the blessings that are coming? Okay. They actually want me to switch over here to this Return of Spirit deck for you. So let's see here what they have. All right. So you have the Up card. And I call these the spiritual ink blot test. So whatever you pick up from the picture here, I'll kind of zoom in so you can see all the detail. That is a special message for you, but also, of course, the fractal imaging. She has intuitive interpretation, which we will read as well. So it says, time to lift your eyes off the ground and start looking upward toward the heavens. So this is could be for love and or work about, not looking down, but looking up. Keeping you down and trying to be small isn't doing anyone any favors. This world needs you, the real you. Low self esteem and self worth is impeding your perception of whom and what you really are. It is also affecting your ability to put yourself out into the world. There's a whole other life waiting inside you, crying to be lived. The only thing standing in your way is you. The universe sees you and knows you as a divine spark of the all. They're calling you now to begin embracing that aspect of yourself too. Stand up, hold your head up high, and begin looking at the ways in which you are disempowering yourself. It's time to start building your own personal sense of value and your own sense of worth. Spirit knows this is not an easy task, which is why they brought you this message today. Every time you feel you are not enough, look up to the heavens and know the entire cosmos is supporting you on this. When you see the sky above you, let that be your reminder that you are more than enough. You are God incarnated, and the only one who can give you value and a sense of worth is you. There's nothing your guides and angels want more than to see you step into the truth of who you really are. Start looking to the good within you, the value you actually do have, and the difference you really do make. Start to see yourself as the universe sees you. Human is what you're wearing on the outside. Inside, you are a brilliant light of divine source. Remember who you are. Wow. I love it. Perfect message for both love and for work is really realize who you are and what you're able to give in a relationship and in work and to the world, because it's time for you to show that beautiful bright light that you are. I like it. All right, divine goddess, that's what they have for you today. Many blessings for this full moon. All right. So let me keep going down here. So Dr. V, you are up. And then Zorisa Gul, you will be after that. So, Dr. V, you and your ex girlfriend, do you reunite? You miss her? What's on her mind? Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. I do want to go to the runic tarot. All right. So, Dr. V, you and your ex girlfriend, are you going to reunite? And you miss her, I can imagine. And what's on her mind? Well, so with reuniting, you have the Seven of Cups here, which represents like emotional confusion, and the Ten of Swords is about exhaustion and trying to live up to expectations. And so I feel like, as far as reuniting, I feel like there's just the Seven of Cups is also about like all the different wish options. And so I kind of feel like that would be a no with reuniting, just because it's like there's so many expectations that you and they have on yourselves around what a relation should be, what it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to feel. And there's just so much. Um, it almost feels like there was so much restriction and so much constraint in there because you're asking what she's feeling too. There's this movement of thought and belief, and it's like there's a lot of mental activity. And he asked what's on her mind, which swords are all about thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, all about the mind. There's all this movement and mental things about the conflicts that you guys had together. And so that's what's like on her mind when she thinks about the relationship. It reverts back to thinking about the like I said, the disagreements you had about belief and expectations of what the relationship should be, right? So there was like this. It's almost like, with the 5 of swords, 5 of these swords were left over from battle, like, were yours, and 5 of the swords of the battle were left over from her, and so that's, like, the battle zone that happened, and that's what, brings in that confusion. Um, she's really focusing on here, this is her inner strength. She's focusing on her human side and nurturing her what she went through and what's going on. She's just in this that polar bear. It almost reminds me of um like how a bear hibernates. A polar bear normally doesn't hibernate, but they're showing me like she's in her cave. She's really tending to what she feels are her wounds and going through those things. And she's looking into her the 6 of Pentacles is like called the codependency awareness card. So I feel she's looking into her resentments and looking into her exhaustion and her habit of feeling like she has to overgive in a relationship and that she doesn't allow others to give to her. And she's really looking at the pattern that she's had in relationships that she continued into your guys's. And she's really doing a lot of that, reflection into that part of her life. So she's like, I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? And so I feel like that's what's going on. I don't feel like she's in a place for, reuniting. And so I don't see that is coming into play there. Um, and you asked, just I'll throw in here too, because you asked, as well about career guidance, and I feel like there's a lot of thoughts and beliefs that you have, expectations around yourself and who you're supposed to be and how you should be, and you're realizing a lot about your worth, and also the 8 of um, swords is about you realizing your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that do no longer serve you, and you are ready to move beyond those and not allow them to restrict your career, because the 3 of wands is about you taking a different direction. Like you were headed in this direction, but now you're ready to move in a totally different place, a different way than you hadn't you know thought you were going to head before. So that's what they have for you, Dr. B. So many blessings to you. All right, Zarisa Goal. You want to know Darvash Sultan's current feelings for you. Okay. Thought a card had turned itself over, but I don't think it did. Nope. Okay. All right. Well, we got the 5 of swords coming up here, which is about conflict of expectations, and also the devil card coming in here, which this is they are going through a lot of like a shakeup in their expectations and their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets around the relationships. So they are going through this journey of like all this stuff is coming to them from all different directions that is making them feel this way, and shaking up their foundation around just their whole belief around themselves in a relationship, other people in the relationship, what a relationship is supposed to be. So there's this conflict, this change, this battling and going on in their mind around it all. And there is the Tower card, which is about endings and new beginnings, things being moved out of their life, and things being moved in, like it makes space for it. So I feel like they have a lot going on in their life. I mean, it feels like their life was burning down around them in a lot of ways, that they're so consumed with that that they just don't have a whole lot more. Any specific feelings at all for? Yeah. So I feel like they had like this, almost looks like devastation, judgment day, double endings and double new beginnings. I feel like they had this Armageddon happen in their life, and they're just at this decision point where they are at a fork in the road with so much happening that they just aren't making movement. They have so much, all the sword stuff and the devil card, so much going on in their mind right now. I don't feel like they have feelings going on besides, "Holy crud, what happened to my life?" You know, they're not thinking emotionally about romance. They're thinking like, "How how am I gonna recover from all of this?" And I kind of feel like, so they're distracted by that going on in their life, that they just feel like they don't have, anywhere else to go with their emotions right now. So, alrighty. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings there for you. All right, Laura, you were wondering if there's a new relationship coming in the new year next year. All right, let's take a look here. All right, I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. So you have had things, or will be having things and people moved out of your life to make room for a new relationship next year, because you do have the wedding card here, the 4 of Wands, celebration, marriage. So this does, whatever's happening makes room for a new relationship to enter your life. Um, Marriage card just tells you that it's a committed type of relationship that will be coming your way, but you do have a little bit of self-nurturing to do in the meantime, because you have mother nature, mother nurture, new birth, looking at your worth in relation to the outside world, in that. So that's like taking care of you is an important piece, because you both got the Hermit, which is card number 9, going on your inner journey, looking at your beliefs, looking into yourself, and you have the 9 of Swords, also the 9, which is the Hermit's journey around your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your expectations. These are the things that always end up making you lose sleep, or nightmares or dreams, a lot of pressure around the fear of losing conditional love. And so this is like the work that you do in the meantime. And the Tower is kind of like the burning away of those old ways of thinking, those old ways of looking toward a relationship that help prepare so that you don't do what you always did and get what you always got. You're tired of that. You're ready for something new, something more real, in an alignment with who you are. And so you are doing this inner journey, you're doing this inner reflection to understand where these expectations come from. And is it really what you want? Like, well, this is how you're supposed to meet someone. Does that really matter? No. Throw that sword away. Take that sword out of your back, throw it away. And then it's like, well, it needs to be this type of person. Does it? No. Rip, take that sword out of your back. And you're slowly taking out all of those swords so that you can be free and you can stand up and not be in pain and in fear, and that you are more flowing with what comes and less restriction. So I like it for you, Laura. So next year does look like a great year for a relationship for you. All right. That's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. All right, guys. Let me see how many more do we have? Well, we got quite a bit more, don't we? So, I've actually been on for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I need to go eat and prepare. I will be back though at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So what's that in uh, what about 5 hours almost? So, I will be back. If you need an answer right now, I do have a ton of pre-recorded messages from Spirit. I do weekly energy updates by each zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a cards. A lot of those playlists are listed down in the description box of the video below, or if you go to my main page, tons of playlists there. Just follow your heart and Spirit will draw you to the video that will have a message for you. Thank you guys so much for that. You've given me a thumbs up on the video. It helps spread the Zen love in so many ways. And so I appreciate you being a part of that with me. The YouTube algorithm absolutely loves it when people give a thumbs up on any of the videos, commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, and of course, subscribing to the channel, which if you're chatting, you've done. And so I appreciate it so much. It means so much to me. Um, and if you can't, if you always are coming in later into the chats and you're way down on the list and I can't get to you, of course, the earlier you get in, chances are in the 2.5 hours, sometimes I'm almost gone 3 hours. Um, the earlier you get, then the chances I can get to you usually. Or I do also offer personal readings, which all that information is listed in the description box of the video below as well. So, all of that said, thank you guys so much for being here. I will be back very soon. In the meantime, please know every second of every day that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until we meet again, you guys hang in there, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in a little while. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. You guys take care.